Well, I just felt like, we didn't really have it from the start today. It was just a really disappointed locker room because we know we didn't put our best effort out there on the floor, and then certainly didn't have a stellar shooting night. But I think even with the numbers that we shot, you should have definitely been in the game. So for us to get down 20, I think is just evidence really of our lack of effort and lack of intentionality on the defensive end and getting rebounds and finishing plays. It felt like that was really the end. That was a problem for us today for so long. I think they had a great shooting night. That's a really hard-working team, and they've really competed in almost every single conference game that they've been in. But for them to put it together, put us down 20, and I think when you have that, it's a really big hole to climb out of. I think you're encouraged, again, by the 15-0 run that we went on, and our team just continued to compete and stay with it. But it came down to continuing to get stops, and I think that's something we have to focus on, those controllables on the defensive end, because when you put yourself in a hole like that, it's really hard to come out of.
Was this a surprising result given how well you guys have played on the defensive end these last 3 games?
Yeah, it's just disappointing more than anything. We've really been focusing on that end. We have really been locked in, I feel like, and have had really good effort. And a lot of times, great effort can make up for mistakes because we know that those happen. But we have done that. We strung a couple good games together. So unfortunately, for a younger group, I think this is a lesson that's really learned the hard way. Is you have to be ready to go every single night, and you've got to be able to reset and go out and play hungry again.
Macy seemed to hold her own against Nygaard. I think she went 3 for 10. Jade Hill only had 6. It was really the 3 off the bench that really produced for them.
Yeah, it really was. I thought, Macy, again, did a great job on one of their best players, a kid who's shooting 45% from the three-point line, and really they look for her so often. So, Macy was chasing her on staggers all night, so for her to go 3 for 10 and hold her to 7 points is such a Macy Giebert thing to do lately, and so we really appreciate and we value that effort that she brings. Now we just need it from more people, really from those kids to come off the bench and shoot the way that they did, for Jade Hill to hit 2 threes and Apitchka to hit 2 threes. It seemed like they were really having a great shooting night. But it always takes 2 teams for that to happen. They have to make shots, but we either gave them too much space or let them feel too comfortable, or we really didn't attack them as well as we should have on the offensive end to make them work. So it always takes 2. I think they play really hard, and I have a lot of respect for that program, but for us on our home floor, it's disappointing because we wanted to come out with a lot more effort and continue what we had been doing.
You went smaller in the fourth quarter. Nicole was certainly a big part of that. Yeah. What else helped flip the switch there, would you say?
Yeah, she was a good help. I think for us, just putting in, some of our best defensive lineup and just continuing to get those stops, I think we're a little bit more versatile with how we guard those ball screens and our rotations and things like that. So I think we locked in. We made things more difficult. I think Grace really contained Hill on those downhill drives and contested, showed 2 hands, and we finally started rebounding and then pushing it and really converting more so some of our stops. And I think when you do that a few times, it's amazing how contagious that is, and then you want to continue to do it. And so I did feel like early on in the first quarter we got a few stops, but we didn't really convert them on the other end. And when that happens, it's more deflating than anything. You got to constantly feel like you're playing defense. So, I think it was really just turning up the effort. We tried to throw in some zone, but I'm not sure that was really the answer. They still got some looks on that too. We tried to just shake it up, but it really just came down to locking in better and having the effort. And as our players said, afterwards, that we can't wait so long in order to do that.
Trailed by 22, you took it all the way down to 5. Had a couple of possessions with the ball there. What were you trying to do when it got down there to try to get it even closer?
Yeah, I think at the end, you just really need quick scores, and unfortunately, but felt like we were fouling most of the night. At that point in the fourth quarter, we only had 1 team foul, so then really had to catch up there and foul and put them on the line, but then we just needed quick scores. And again, situationally, like some of our players just haven't been there before, so for them to understand what we're trying to do and then go and make a play is really important. And you could tell sometimes, like, that's something we just have to continue to work through and to experience. But again, they even got, I think, 2 or 3 offensive rebounds there late within under a minute, and when you're trying to seal games and trying to give yourself opportunities, that just can't happen. And so we've got to tighten up. We're better than what we showed, and I think that's the most disappointing thing, that we didn't put that effort out today.
Thank you.
Thank you.